straight into the ban phase.
Yup. I don't know what's happening. Oh, here we go again. Okay. I was just going to send out like a nice little tweet at the end of the broadcast, but this is my favorite part. Sweater's just, while we're in that lobby, we're just sitting here watching, and Sweater's just reciting what apparently is the, what is it? The no, not emancipation.
Well, originally he was
what
doing
American thing is it? Okay.
He was doing the Constitution, but he just pledged allegiance to the flag.
Ah, nice. Our Pledge of Allegiance is very different, but Canada's not a country, so we're good. According to all of my American friends, we're just a state. We're just the northern state.
So that's actually the first time I've ever heard it referred to as that. I don't know. I feel like people in Canada tend to be a lot nicer than the people in the States.
Yikerinos. So, just got confirmation that the frame rate is not just on my end. So, we are getting a Glaz Dokkaebi Ela ban to start things off. But the break seems to have broken everything.
These things tend to happen sometimes, though. We are going to immediately start working on getting that fixed. But in the meantime, we can talk about these bans once this final one pops up for us. So, Legion is being disrupted by... or it's being banned by Disrupt. Which is actually a solid choice from them, because I can see them now bringing Blitz every single round when they're on attack, having no issue with it.
Hey, the frames fixed themselves. We didn't even have to do anything. That is my favorite kind of tech support. Yeah, double trap operator bans. Fascinating. Glaz Dokkaebi. Not surprised. Kind of just lends itself to more aggression, though, doesn't it? Removing an Ela and a Legion. It's kind of opening a Blitz or just any kind of shield push. You don't have to worry about the loss of hearing, sight, and the ability to move your mouse. And you don't have to worry about invisible needles sticking you in the feet. And then don't let the Capitao bring in smokes on the side of Motiv8 as you don't have that Glaz.
Yeah, that's true. But I think I'm surprised the Motiv8 isn't really taking advantage of the fact that they don't have an Ela or a Legion that's going to be running. I don't know. There's no real solid aggressive operators there that would have benefit from that ban. And it seems like Disrupt definitely banned that strictly for them. And Motiv8 isn't challenging that, saying, hey, you're going to ban that out. We'll take advantage of it too.
Thankfully, we get to keep a Mira on the board, which has been a popular ban in every competitive scene so far, which is just frustrating, because if I get another Mira ban on border, I'm going to have some PTSD flashbacks. But, and both hard breachers. That's another thing we've been seeing. A lot of thermite being banned out on border.
Attackers recovered the diffuser. Attackers must locate and defuse the bomb.
So, starting out Armory Lockers and Archives, no big surprise. Pretty decent, or pretty default defensive ops. Yaga bringing the Valkyrie. We got just a little bit of a switch up. We'll be interested to see if Yaga continues to play Sight, like he's just prone inside of Archives right now, or if he decides to head downstairs and try to use that Nitro from below. They also have a Pulse available to them if they want to swap later on. And Trippin playing the Mira, so I was expecting Trippin to be playing more of an entry and fragging role on attack and defense respectively, but somebody's got to fill that support and anchor role. So I think Trippin might be filling that today, as we've seen that be a popular carousel for Disrupt. Attack for Motiv8, seemingly coalescing outside the Armory wall, balcony outside of CCTV. No big surprise, like to be going for an A take, but they only have the Hibana, which is slightly fascinating. Typically, especially with the Thermite available to them, the A-wall take will be executed with the Thermite. The Bandit trick coming out, and Yellow going to be blasting underneath the impacts and stuns. And Exo down to 1 HP. The drone going to spot him of Talon. He's still playing this wall aggressively. Still has the Bandit trick on, or still has the Bandit battery on the wall. Bilber going to throw another EMP for Talon to use the last two sets of X-Harrows pellets. And Exo's just going to run out at 1 HP. Run straight in. Hip fires. Chap from behind takes him down. But Talon will trade it right back out. A 1 HP Bandit, at least getting something on the board for the trade.
I mean, that was a solid play by Exo. There wasn't really too much that he could do in a situation like that. So it's definitely a risky play. He could have gone with getting nothing, but he managed to drop Chap, which was nice. Yellow does pick off Yaga, and then his Claymore is going to nab Sweater. So it's going to be in a 4v2 situation in favor of Motiv8 right now, as Yellow's just kind of harassing people from that sandwich window there. Dash on site is going to jump onto his yokai, see if he can spot anything out as they're trying to come onto site, and he does notice the Hibana heading over and going for the defuse. He's going to hold off for just a second so he can try to deny that plant a little bit, as Trippin is getting into a gunfight with Yellow, who's hanging out on the side of that window. Diffuser is starting to go down still, though. It does get stopped once again. Trippin goes for a little bit of shots here towards the Capital. He's not going to find it. Dash does find Yellow, though. And now Cookies on this Capital, fighting behind the bomb and by the office, trying to shut down this push. Talon does shut down Trippin now, and it's all left to Dash in a 3 versus 1. He does have a yokai here to try to give him some intel, but there's not a lot he can do in a situation like this. He has to try to push onto site, go for the retake, and get the defuse, but he's going to get shot down the hallway by Billboard.
Nothing really too surprising there. Motiv8 go for the execute onto the A wall, and they just push in just with brute force. There was never really any kind of pushback there from DG. We saw the attempted run out from the Jaeger down below. No such luck, as the Claymore was in a good spot, and the rappel on the locker sandwich window with the Capital firebolt at locker sandwich as well, enough to keep Trippin at bay so that that plant could get down. Dash expended all of his yokai blasts, so it was just a matter of time for Motiv8 to get that diffuser down, and that was a pretty good execute onto the A wall take with a Hibana, which is not the standard.
Yeah, I mean, well played by Motiv8. They did everything that they needed to. They played it safe. They played it right. I was surprised that there was little to no focus on any kind of roamers or roam clear. They really didn't even enter from that first floor by the main door. They had, the Zofia out there to stop the bandit tricking as best as possible, but they didn't make any effort to really solidify control of the first floor. They kind of just stuck with what they had and kept an eye out for their flanks. And that Claymore ended up being extremely useful, and I'm surprised that the Jaeger kind of ran just straight into it.
So, second verse, same as the first. Disrupt going back to Armory Lockers and Archives. Looks like a little bit of a different hold this time, as they're actually positioning themselves. Look like they're looking for an office take now. So maybe they're expecting Motiv8 to try and swap this up, but with how successful their setup was and their execute late round was, I don't really see why Motiv8 don't go for it again. They seem to have all their bases covered. Certainly, you're probably not going to get that Claymore kill again onto the Jaeger running out downstairs, so you got to prep for that run, that aggression downstairs. I still see Motiv8 trying to go for the same thing, though.
I mean, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They managed to pull that one off in a very clean fashion. They didn't lose, a lot of... I think there was only, one person that fell on Motiv8?
2 by the end.
2? Yeah, okay. So that's a very clean execution. And at that point, you're kind of like, okay, well, we did it really well. Let's not, force a change up that might not go as well. If they're trying to adapt to the way that we attacked last round, and we still managed to win it, then that's even better for us. But if they do manage to adapt to the way that we attacked last round, then we'll change it up. It's definitely a style that I could see Motiv8 taking, and I don't entirely blame them for it. You got Chapstick once again taking control of security. They're going right over for this take on the armory wall. And EXO going for an aggressive peek again, just making incredibly risky plays. But sometimes those kinds of things just work fantastically for Disrupt. So you never know what to really expect with these players, and it's really tough to try to say, hey, they're going to try to do this, or this is what's going to happen. EXO is going to go and get Chapstick once again, and then get traded off by Cookies, and you've got Sweater on the first floor now, and a minute 30 left. One person has fallen for both teams.
A little bit of deja vu here. Same run for EXO, same victim, different trade partner this time, but Sweater gonna take down Yellow instead of falling to his Claymore. Evacuate back up the west stairs and head back metal detectors to sites. Now Disrupt have the man advantage, 1 in favor, 2 Echo drones prepped for any kind of push by the half wall. Spray's coming in from outside the CCTV, but you saw Trippin save that mirror and put it up with about a minute expired in the round, so wasn't that Disrupt, as I initially said, we're expecting an office push. They were playing the late game and going to swap the mirror wherever the push was coming. Same identical push, and Trippin's in a good spot. It has been destroyed by the X-Kairos charges of Talon, who also carries the diffuser. Flashbang's being caught by the ADS. As Motiv8 stalling out a little bit here, they don't have the same advantage that they did last time. The same repel coming out, locker sandwich window. The same run could come out on AC balcony that took down Cookies or Yellow last time. The rush coming to half wall. Bilbo going to take down Yaga, but Sweater going to trade it right back. Echo Drone disorienting Cookies as he carries the diffuser, but he's still able to get Sweater down to a 2v2. 25 seconds on the board, and Billboard shuts down Trippin in small office as he makes his way into Archives, lighting up Dot Dash. He's all alone. Cookies dropping the plant, bearing 9, and he's going to be rushing to the planter. He's got the pings coming out, finally able to take him down, but Billboard from behind with the P226 on Thatcher, able to save the round.
Wow. I genuinely thought that was going to start going heavily in Disrupt's favor when they managed to take out the Zofia and they got rid of any Claymore and any denial from that main entrance. But Sweater went straight back onto site, and then he got into a fight that it looked like he had an advantage in. He had a solid advantage against the Capital. He got the kill onto Talon as Talon was rushing in, and then Capital walked in. Cookies just walked in and seemed a little disoriented. It took him a second to really look even in Sweater's general direction, but he still came out on top in that fight. So I'm really surprised that ended up happening, but this is what I mean when I say if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Motiv8 does manage to pull it off yet again. That one was a lot sloppier though, so I could definitely see them changing things up for this round to see if they're able to make some improvements. They actually have to change it up.
I was gonna say, they're definitely gonna have to swap some things up. I mean, they could go for the same West-East take top floor, especially with the way that Disrupt have typically held in Fountain and offices on this hold. And with that mirror on the Fountain wall facing into Archives has been pretty detrimental to any kind of push up. The only thing that we've really seen start to disrupt this setup has been either Hibana charges or a Thermite charge coming out into the walls on back Fountain that Trippin is currently reinforcing. That's been the one thing, and I'm really surprised that it keeps happening. There's sometimes been a castle barricade placed at Metal Detector, and that looks like exactly what Trippin's going to be going for right now. And it's been hindering the ability for DG to peek that and shut that down. We did see, I think 2 weeks ago, that there was a Jaeger laying prone at Metal Half, spraying underneath the castle barricade. But that's been the one flaw in their setup, really. Sweater going to go for an immediate run out, take down Chap. That's the IQ with still nades for now off the board.
Chapstick keeps falling pretty early on in the rounds, and I don't know if it's having the biggest impact on how Motiv8 is playing. They're still winning these rounds, but it's really not the greatest look for him being back with Motiv8, and suddenly he's just dying all of the time. And he's playing the IQ, so he should be playing sort of an entry fragger role, but it seems like he's not actually able to enter sometimes. So we've seen him die in security twice to a bandit rush. And it seems to happen when he's on his drone. Exo going for some fights here by this main door is not actually going to land a kill, but he is distracting the attackers quite a bit, so he's going to go ahead and fall back to a little bit of safety now. And it looks like Motiv8's kind of slowed down by this. He's sitting by the bottom of metal stairs, goes for the peek and fires the shots on Zofia, but it's not going to connect. Yellow is going to find the kill. Actually, it did connect a little bit, Yellow being a little low on health there, but he managed to win the fight, and that evens out the man count between the teams.
The thing I'm really surprised by here is Cookies pushing up passport check, and no one really in a position to contest. You have one inside a bathroom, which I believe is Dot Dash the Echo. Something I'm surprised by is Disrupt's setup. So typically we see them play heavy Archives, Fountain, office. You got one person in bathroom to really stop this push downstairs to just really take the site. But this time Disrupt have gone a much more spread out setup. We saw Exo by the front door. We saw Sweater all the way over in Armory. It's much more spread out than we've ever seen this particular hold on bathroom tellers from Disrupt.
Yeah, I mean, that spread seems to be hurting them quite a bit. Motiv8 already going for the plant on site. Sweater is going to fall to Yellow now. It's a 2v4. It's going to be Trippin and Dot Dash that are still standing. Talon now comes downstairs as I believe one of the attackers got downed. Yeah, Cookies, it looks like, is down by that window over there from Trippin. Flashbang going to come out and blind him. Dot Dash in bathroom making his way towards. He does find the shots onto Yellow, but he will fall immediately after to Billboard. Trippin still upstairs, has some fire darts up there. He does find the kill onto Cookies, however. It is a 2v1 right now, 30 seconds left. The diffuser has just gone down. Trippin has now made his way to the first floor. And it looks like Motiv8 is in get position to shut it down, and there it is. Talon finding the headshot onto Trippin will be the end of round 3, leaving Motiv8 up 3-0. So that's impressive by Motiv8, but also, you know, Disrupt kind of, what are you really going for at that point? They had Dot Dash sitting on site, and he didn't even realize, like, he did nothing to really try to stop them from going for that plant on site, as they were right next to him. He was sitting inside of bathroom. They walked all the way down that hallway and walked into the door that was right next to him. I saw he had one of his yokais going through workshop, I think I saw. So a lot of kind of tough calls from Disrupt, poor choices that really led down a terrible rabbit hole. And in the end, Motiv8 was able to get a pretty clean and pretty easy round 3. So first half already Motiv8 at 3, which is definitely going against what a lot of people would have predicted.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
And now we see a blitz being picked, and Legion has been banned, so there's really no solid counter for this blitz. Chapstick on the blitz. He hasn't been doing too well so far tonight. Hopefully by bringing out the blitz, something changes up and he's able to do a little bit better. He's probably going to be playing a lot more aggressive and definitely going for those really, really aggressive run-ups, just running straight up to people to try to take him down.
10 seconds left.
And I could see him coming out on top, but at the same time, I don't see him not being traded back pretty quickly.
Yeah, I like the swap to blitz there, and like I touched on mid round there, I don't really know why Disrupt were playing that so spread out. They've had so much success when they were in close proximity to one another, just playing as a whole squad defending that top corner of the map with the kill holes to the floor. There were actually a lot fewer kill holes in the floor for that entire setup for the bathroom teller, so now they go back to armory lockers, just trying to find anything really to grab some traction, and I think this is a lot more surprising, but like we talked about, Chapstick coming back into the lineup, while he hasn't done anything really this match so far, maybe he is having an impact behind the scenes that we're just not seeing on the scoreboard, although he's taking half his HP down. Yellow's going to fall to a quick peek by Dot Dash inside of Fountain. They're all rushing through Fountain. Now the the Valkyrie going to take down Cookie's Trap, going to trade it on that blitz. Now rushing in, the Nitro going to down Chap, and he's going to get finished off. The mirror window going to get expended by the Hibana charges. Still peeking in his Talon as one's flanking through Fountain. That's the Valkyrie of Yaga once again, trying to make a walking hole. It's down to Billboard and Talon. It's just spraying over the top of Talon's head is Yaga. Flashbang's going to be coming out into Fountain. He's also got support from Hallway now. This is the Pulse of Sweater. And the Bearing 9's going to come out on top, peeking the corner. Goes for the double, but can't land it. Diffuser has lost in the double door of Fountain. All up to Billboard now at about 80 HP. Sitting outside. 1v3 Instant Echo. Yaga gonna get down and go for the reset, I believe, unless he just went for a run. Nope, back up for a reset. Billboard is still downstairs. Midway through the round, no diffuser in hand, is gonna try and come up for the flank as they're all looking out Fountain side, covering that diffuser.
I mean, this round is just falling apart for Motiv8. Billboard making his way up towards Metal Detector. He's walking through that barbed wire, and that's going to give a sound cue to Disrupt. But Billboard is going to win the fight against Yaga. The Echo behind the shield, though. Exo is just going to pop up and take down Billboard, and that's going to be Disrupt finally getting their first round onto the board.
Some nice shots coming out from Yellow, and it was a nice shot. It was a very quick peek with the SMG-11 towards Trip Wall, and that's kind of what cascaded everything. And we saw Motiv8, I guess, try to ramp things up a little bit. Last 3 attack rounds, while they were successful, they did use pretty much the entirety of their round timer. So this time just trying to aggress a little more quickly through offices and into Fountain, try to get into archives, and the response was there, as we've seen DG very prepared for that office side push, and now comes to bite Motiv8 in the backside. So Talon going to be taking the Thermite this time around instead of Hibana. Bill going to switch to the Lion in 6-pick, and we haven't seen a lot of 6-picks coming out, just a couple so far. Pretty standard line. I mean, this is the identical lineup, I believe, from the last Bathroom Teller's hold. So I think DG are going to play a little more closer to the chest, though, in this round. I don't think they're going to try and spread out as much, as that seemed to be the culprit for their loss last time.
Yeah, they had no solid hold towards passport or lobby there, and it's or wait, what is that? Waiting room, bottom of east stairs. I've heard it called a bunch of different things before, but they had really no control over there. They had no eyes, nothing, and Motiv8 just walked right in, gained a lot of map control off of it, and Disrupt was completely unaware. So maybe we'll see Disrupt adapt and not fall to that same thing again. But I just want to mention last round how, I don't know why, but Motiv8 all just kind of started walking in behind that blitz in Fountain without aiming, without going for any fights. They just kind of thought, hey, I can probably just walk in safely. And it all fell apart. They walked right into the spray of one of the players from Disrupt, and it just kind of melted. I want to say it definitely got one kill, but I think it brought another one down to half health as well. So it's a pretty poor move from Motiv8. We'll see if they're able to take this round 2 and put them 4-1 would be a solid position for them to be after the first half. But I think with Disrupt moving to attack for the second half, it could be a solid chance for them to go for a comeback because their aggressive play style is really, really hard to counter.
I think something is really surprising is it doesn't even look like it's Motiv8 really winning, at least on those armory pushes. It looked like DG on the second round kind of had that in hand, and then all of a sudden it fell apart. It seems like DG is just a little out of sorts tonight, and Motiv8 are definitely taking advantage of it as Trippin will fall. It's the castle off the board as Chap frag grenades open the double door, pushing the hallway. And this is another strategy we haven't seen employed very often against this bathroom teller setup. Y'all gonna be dropped down to about 1 HP, and behind the photocopier trying to battle against Chapstick. 552. He's trying to line up the head and go for the quick peek, and he just misses right over the head. Chapstick gonna back off. He doesn't want to deal with that anymore, but Yaga looks like he might have been escaping to the hatch. Billboard punching open the castle barricade radio window. The collapse is all coming in towards office and Fountain. Disrupt in a bad spot. Yaga and Exo very low on HP, need to go for resets if possible, but no one's really in a safe space to do so. First Echo drone from Exo is going to be taken down as it disorients Cookies from the Archives doorway. Sweater playing inside Archives, ready to pounce as soon as he gets the call. Dot Dash going to take down Chap, so it's now down to even man count as he escapes down the east stairs. Caught by the EOD. Sweater going to take down Cookies as well. Flashbangs come lighting up at the bottom of east stairs, and Billboard not going to chase. They want to clear up the top floor first. Talon going to take down Exo, and Yellow cleans up onto Sweater. Talon was down in the process. Throwing a frag grenade down the stairs is Yellow to cover as he can revive Talon, and they'll have the 3v2 advantage as Yaga should be safe on site to go for the reset. Actually, Dot Dash and Yaga are pretty spread apart. I can't believe Yaga hasn't been put in a position where they could go for a reset just yet with 40 seconds left in the round.
Yeah, it looks like Yaga is just going to try to hold a safe angle, see if he can cut somebody off as they try to rotate towards site. It's tough though because he's very low on health, and now Dot Dash is going to fall as well. So Yaga down at pretty much 1 HP. He's not noticing the player that's off to the right there. He does finally notice it, but he's not going to land the shots. Yellow is going to get the shots with that SMG 11, and it's going to be Motiv8 taking their 4th round of the map.
Well, in typical caster fashion, I think it's time to point out that we had a community vote on the CCS Twitter account. And out of 330 votes, 76% of you people who participated thought that DG was going to win. And is that surprising? Absolutely not. They hold a 7-1 record versus Motiv8's 2-5. You just look at the stats on the board, that's a pretty safe bet. However, map number 1, Motiv8 currently holding a 4-1 lead, playing on the attack, and now head to defense on border, where they look very strong, even though their newcomer Chap not done a whole lot in this first half of the game. Could bring it out with the smoke. We'll have to wait and see. I'm also surprised a little bit that we see him on more of that flex roll instead of that breach like we're used to. And we're seeing Talon stick to the breach, but I guess they got something cooking right now because the current lineup, even without Chap really doing a whole lot in those first couple rounds, dying to Exo within about a minute in the first 2 rounds, and then getting a kill onto a down player in round number 4 with Blitz. They're still doing really, really well. They're executing pretty solidly. They're staying very close together as a team. They're working as a unit. And I think this is the most cohesion we've really seen from Motiv8 in a long time. I remember seeing a couple of their games earlier on in the season where they just looked not really separated all the time, but they just looked indifferent to staying close to one another in good positions for a trade. I think this is the most cohesive we've seen in this lineup in a very long time.
5 seconds left.
Yeah, but it's a good look for them. I'm happy that they're able to find a little bit more of a flow for themselves, and that, you know, after losing that one round of disrupt, it didn't just completely shut them down to the point where they weren't able to take anything back. So hopefully things continue on this kind of pattern for Motiv8, and they start coming back to, you know, some of their former glory, so to say.
So EXO getting in below with the buck, gonna try and buck open, actually gonna land onto Cookies, dropping down to about 10 HP inside of Customs, and blow open the hatch looking down hallway. It's a quick entry by EXO as he saw Talon evacuating up the west stairs, sorry. Looking directly at EXO through the hatch, might go for the free fire. And solid execute coming towards CCTV is this hard hold from Motiv8, and Cookie's gonna take down Sweater, winning that engagement with the headshot as he tries to go for the cross. Yaga takes down Cookies, but Dot Dash has been downed outside. Talon spraying in with the LMG of Maestro, and has a rotate to vault in. Yellow gonna run back to site as well. Dot Dash has been down, probably safe. He is already revived. EXO was pushing in down below. Chap, though, gonna finish off Dot Dash. That's the breach off the board. Chap went for the run out east stairs as the smoke gonna come all the way back, but as he's crossing, Yaga gonna pick up a double kill through the wall onto Chap and Talon. I think there's kill holes on the right-hand side, can't really tell. So now, man favor was looking very good for this round ahead to Motiv8. Now it's down to Yellow and Bill. Try and hold this out as the Jaeger and the Mira midway through the round. It's looking dangerous as EXO is still below, causing havoc. Yaga and Trip, and we're holding CC. They have Diffuser in hand as well. Just no breach to be able to get in, but both mirrors now have been opened up, and only one hard wall, but Billboard through the floor, through his own breach holes. EXO will fall down to a 2v2.
2v2 with a minute left on the clock. You see Trippin has made his way over towards offices, firing some shots towards those defenders that are sitting inside of archives, and Mira, I believe, was still in small office. Yeah, so Billboard's still sitting over in Armory, actually, so it was a bad call for me. But Yellow now over by the shelving. He could get taken out from outside if he's not careful, but it looks like he's peeking towards that balcony. Goes for the fight with the Zofia. Shots going back and forth between them. Or Trippin, sorry, so the Thatcher. But nothing really going to connect for them.
35 on the board. Trippin starting to push up the hallway. Peeks coming out from Yellow, and he's able to land it on the crouch shot. Trippin will fall. It's all up to Yaga in the 1v2. Launching out the Nitro, and it's going to finish off Yaga and Motiv8. On a roll right now, able to bring back the round. A very back-and-forth exchange regarding man count and setup and map control. That entire round was ebbing and flowing in both teams' favor. Motiv8, Bill and Yellow, able to hold that out in the 2v3 after two of their members get cut off inside of office. Now they head to vent work to try and close this out on a swift 6-1 against DG on border. A remarkable outcome thus far that I don't think many were expecting. Like I said, 24% thought Motiv8 were going to win this game, and betting on the underdog is certainly looking solid thus far. Still got to remember it's 2 maps after this at most, but Motiv8, like I said, looking the strongest I've seen from them in a very, very long time.
Yeah, it's a very strong start to the night for them, and I said it before. I'll say it again. I'm happy to see a coherent team being put forward by Motiv8 now. You know, they're doing what they need to. They're not making really stupid calls. They did make a pretty risky rotate during that last round, and they lost 2 people. You know, that they should not have at any point, but in the end they were able to come back from it. I'm not sure why EXO, I believe it was, got killed from directly above, which he kind of just sat there and took it. It seemed like he was watching for somebody to drop from the server hatch, but Mira was just sitting right above him and shot straight down through the hole and destroyed him, wiped him off the map. We are going to see Motiv8 now going back to a more I guess you could say kosher site that we'll typically see. It's going to be workshop and ventilation that they're getting set up to defend. And some interesting evil eyes coming out from Talon playing that Maestro.
Yeah, we saw the setup from him last time, and he's setting up this deployable at 90 with a reinforcement at his side from the CC and break room doorway. Still overlooking the main lobby, trying to catch anyone on a rotation, as we did see that last round. While they did get cut off guard by the run out by Chapstick on top of East Stairs, it's a good response there by the Zofia of Yaga. Exo going to start it off onto Cookies and Billboard, going to trade it out onto Sweater as they try to entry in through Office. And now looking through the kill holes, Talon unable to secure the kill onto Exo. He will fall at 90, not letting the mirror player inside of CCTV play it, and also Yellow's going to go down. Chapstick able to trade at least one back onto Yaga. Frag grenade caught by the ADS, but no one in range. Although Billboard upstairs able to take down Exo. Yellow might be recoverable here inside of CCTV. Billboard can get back up. The other two attackers on the far side of the map, and Dot Dash and Trippin. It's at a technical 2v2. Trippin still playing deep in Office. Not sure if they know that they downed Yellow, as it was down behind the other half of that soft wall, and Billboard gonna down Dot Dash. I don't think he knows the pings are coming out, so the call has to be coming. Trippin vaulting Tellers as he's the last hope. There's still one member downed on either side as the diffuser's down in the hallway. Smoke canisters coming out, not gonna touch Dot Dash. They revive Yellow, so now it's a 3v2 if they can pick up Dot Dash. Trippin sprang in towards Customs. Very wary to not hit his own teammate in the process. And peeks coming from the main hallway once again as Billboard comes back to ventilation. They're playing tight on site, just trying to cover for that revive. Chap can walk through that thermite breach hole anytime and get the flank on Trippin. 70 seconds, and now Trippin taking more damage through the wall from Yellow. He's made it all the way to Customs. He finishes off Dot Dash. Now it's all up to Trippin in the 1v3. A minute on the board. No diffuser in hand, easily recoverable. He has to aggress towards site, taking more shots from Yellow now as he pushes the bathroom hallway. He's got to clear out sight and keep Yellow pinned off site, but it will be taking down Trippin, and that is a 6-1 victory for Motiv8 against DG Academy. A very surprising upset, at least on map number 1. Billboard and Yellow both going off, 11-1 and 9-4 respectively. That is a fantastic outcome. I never would have predicted heading into this game. The new addition of Chapstick, he picked it up in the back half of that game, and Trippin, unfortunately, having a poor performance in that support role, at least on border. We do have two lesser seen maps coming out in New Clubhouse and Consulate, but we are going to be heading to a short break in between the maps, ladies and gentlemen. We have Motiv8 up 1-0 over DG, and we will be right back.
Smile, now the sunshine brings the light. Fill me out with a flame. I will let you in this game. Take me out when I'm down. 'Cause with you I'm safe and sound. 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 take me out when I'm down. 'Cause with you I'm safe and sound.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to CCS Season 3 North America. My name is Crazy Man, still joined tonight by the fantastic Flynn. And we are jumping into map 2 of Motiv8 versus Disrupt, which is going to be Clubhouse. The first map went in favor of Motiv8 in a fashion that nobody could have predicted. A 6-1 win for them with some incredible plays and incredible gunfights coming out that gave them just a massive advantage over Disrupt.
Yeah, I was really surprised by the outcome. I was really surprised by Motiv8's team play. We do have overlay on the wrong side, so we'll get that swap for you in just a second. But we will have Motiv8 defending for the first 5 rounds on New Clubhouse, a map we have seen very little of. But I think the standards have already kind of been set. I mean, realistically, it's a tie between CCTV cache and then heading downstairs. The introduction of those blue stairs has made Arsenal and Church a little more difficult to hold, which I'm a fan of. I figured that change was going to have to be coming out. Thermite and Thatcher both being banned. That's going to be huge for holding cache and CCTV, as typically you'd get that warehouse spawn facing wall on the little half balcony above blue, I guess blue storage now, former Adam spot, and a bandit ban as well. So bans across the board looking to, I guess, make it a little difficult on both sides to either get the wall or hold the wall. You can still use a mute and an echo being banned out finally by Motiv8, as they'll start on the defense down a bandit and echo. Pretty severe bans. You can still use the mute, and there's no Thatcher, so you're down to Twitch drones or frag grenades, Sophia impacts, all that jazz to clear the mute jammers to get in through walls, but you don't even have the thermite at that point to open up a lot of square footage. You're down to the Hibana.
Yeah, I mean, Hibana not being a favorable breacher, hard breacher, at least when you're trying to attack CCTV and cache. When attacking below, you definitely, that Hibana is still useful because you can still open up those hatches, and that makes a massive difference during, attacking that site. But attacking upstairs, CCTV and cache, it can be a bit more difficult with the Hibana because you don't have the potential to open as much. You can open up maybe, a crouch hole somewhere. You can maybe open up I wouldn't open up any crawl holes when attacking upstairs here. But it's very limiting. And I'm surprised because Disrupt has to have some sort of a plan hatched out because it was them that banned the thermite. So who knows? Maybe they're prepared for it. Maybe they've been practicing like this. Maybe they know something about Motiv8, and that's why they banned the thermite. But it's interesting. I've always thought that the best way for banning operators was to try to ban to give yourself advantage during the first half.
Yeah, I definitely don't disagree with that. I think, like you said, Disrupt's got to have something here, unless they're planning on just kind of drawing this out. Maybe just forfeiting the cache attacks immediately, but winning the downstairs attacks to start things out, and just try and draw it out, and then try and really capitalize on some aggression on defense. That seems like a maybe less than intuitive strategy to pull out, but I don't know, man. DG are wild. They could definitely have some other strats in mind. Talon trying to put up a castle barricade on the window. He's gonna get lit up by tripping in the process. I don't think he's gonna be able to put that barricade up. And now the mirror of Billboard heading over towards, actually now it's going to be the Jaeger Cookies. Nope, now it's going to be the Castle of Talon. So everyone playing musical chairs on that garage balcony window. Let's see who's going to play in there, and then everyone just gave up and castled it off.
I'm actually surprised to see them castle that off. I feel like it's very much in your best interests to keep control of that balcony inside of garage. Yaga is going to find Chap, though, and I think that was Exo on the glass. He's already making his way over there, getting ready to open things up. Shots from Yaga towards Yellow, but nothing actually connecting just yet. He's going to get up close with that SMG-12 as a grenade is going to get pulled and thrown past him. The shots are going to come out from Yellow. It's going to down him. IQ is now downed outside on that balcony there, but not able to finish off the kill just yet. Not in a safe enough position. Chapstick has fallen. Actually, I think I already called that out, but I could have mistaken that. Talon being very low on health still after trying to put up that castle barricade on the window. And I mean, Disrupt is in a pretty solid spot so far. You've got EXO already up here in garage. You've got a nice crossfire between him and Dot Dash. I don't see this round really going in favor of Motiv8 unless Disrupt makes a huge mistake here.
It's a little spread out on the attack right now, and EXO's going to get down with Diffuser on the garage balcony, right outside the window. He might have actually gone for the vault in. He pushed him through a rotate hole, and Billboard has now reacquired the balcony. Cookie's going to take down EXO as Trip and falls as well at the hands of Billboard, covering the Diffuser now. Sweater, Yaga, and Dot Dash now remain as they had the man advantage. They tied things up. And now, an interesting angle there for Sweater to be taking with the MK14. Looking in towards the construction as Yellow keeps bouncing back and forth between the doorway, spraying in towards Master. Talon takes down Dot Dash, and almost taking out his own teammate was Yaga. Sweater just escapes. Talon all the way at the garage door, playing on the stairs. Still covering Diffuser on the balcony. Massive switch of momentum here. Motiv8 now in full control, but 3 players below 25 HP. Couple bullets from any of these assault rifles in hand, but Yaga going to take down Yellow now. As that was one of those lit players. The Vigil going to fall. 25 seconds left, and DG are just going to have to push for it. No Diffuser, they have to go for the frags. Diffuser being well covered. Cookie's in behind the A-bomb, shuts down Sweater. It's all up to Yaga at about 5 HP, trying to push through that construction door. There's no avenue for entry here. He tries to quick peek in, but double peek from Billboard, peeking from the window inside of CCTV, and that's Motiv8 taking round number 1 on Clubhouse on the CCTV cache defense.
Motiv8 off to a solid start. I mean, I said I didn't see that round really going in Motiv8's favor unless Disrupt made a huge mistake, and then they made a huge mistake right afterwards by EXO being downed on top of that balcony over there with the Diffuser. They had full control of that balcony for a majority of the round, and then they just surrendered complete control to the Mira. That's not really something that should be happening to a team like Disrupt. You shouldn't be losing fights like that. Sometimes it happens, and that's understandable. Hopefully, if they go again, then they're able to adjust as necessary. But Motiv8 going gym and bedroom for their second round.
6 picking to the castle and the Twitch for Talon and EXO respectively. And yeah, I didn't exactly see what happened, but they had a Capitao playing through a Hibana breach hole on that half balcony wall to cover for Billboard's rotate to push into the garage balcony. Yet Billboard is still somehow allowed to push over down the glass of EXO, push in again, stay prone on the balcony, peek up, and kill the next player coming, which was Hibana. If the Capitao has that rotate and covers it properly and kills Billboard, that round goes entirely differently. So you really got to put it at the hands or the feet of, I forget who was playing the Capitao. I believe it was Dot Dash, if I'm not mistaken. Somebody will correct me, I'm positive. And yeah, gym bedroom defense. So I talked at the top of the game that we're most likely going to be seeing an Arsenal and church defense as a secondary, with CCTV cache most likely being the primary. And yet gym bedroom, the 6-pick to the castle was seemingly anticipated here, bringing the sledge from Dot Dash as well. Just not sure if DG have really practiced many takes onto the gym bedroom. It is, I guess, considered a little bit of a lesser site to hold, very strategically, but there's a lot of extension here in Yellow with that peek out the window, lose half of his HP. It takes down Sweater. That's the Doki be off the board without using any smokes or phone calls. Extension into the garage balcony. EXO and Dot Dash still trying to use this office hatch, and a quick drop here from EXO. Less than a minute into the round, he's pushing office, but being lit up to the soft wall. Cookie's going to drop him down. Billboard also peeking jacuzzi balcony. Lots of sprays going back and forth. Yaga going to claim another victim. Billboard grabs Trippin', and now it's all down to Yaga in a 1v5. Suddenly, all of DG falling within a minute of the round. Now trying to push CT cash side. Yellow will at least be the first victim on the side of Motiv8, but Yaga still has a massive hill to climb. No diffuser in hand once again as he was solo pushing through CC. He's got a big task in front of him, a lot of obstacles, and a lot of angles being held safely by Motiv8. Almost all at 100 HP. Actually, all 4 remaining are. Yaga's at a health disadvantage compared to every single remaining member of Motiv8. Houston has the long range on the ACOG and the 5.52 Commando. Using those frag grenades to try and displace anyone holding a tight angle on the wall. Pre-fires with the soft wall, loses another 60 HP. Yaga forced to try and push the master door from construction. Pre-firing all those punch holes that Talon made, and now Chap laying prone inside of Jim, awaiting the push. It'll be Cookies claiming his life as Yaga falls. Motiv8 on a tear with these top floor defenses. Up 2-0 on Clubhouse.
I mean, things are not looking great for Disrupt tonight. I'm not sure why. It could be that some of them, maybe they're not in the right mindset. Things have been going south for them lately. I'm not entirely sure, but Motiv8 doing really well to shut them down like this, considering how well we've seen Disrupt play in the past. And I mean, we've seen a matchup between Disrupt and Motiv8 before. Not necessarily, So we're at the point in the season where they are going to be replaying matches that happened before, basically, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah. So we've seen it in CCS before. And we also saw it at DreamHack, correct?
I don't remember. I had Ebola during DreamHack Austin, so I didn't get to watch much of it.
Oh, that's a story for another time. You'll have to tell me about that.
It was not fun.
It does not sound it. I'm sure that Motiv8 and Disrupt were having a lot more fun than you. Not to put you down or anything.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I'm pretty sure that there was a matchup between them and DreamHack Austin, and it went in favor of Disrupt. So I'm pleasantly surprised that Motiv8 is on top so far.
Something I'm really concerned about is Disrupt's decision, like we talked about as well, to ban the Thermite, thinking they had a plan. And whatever that game plan is, they are simply not executing to whatever the hell they had planned. They are kind of all over the place right now. You've got like duo pushes with Diffuser into some odd angles into a crossfire in both rounds. You've got players forgetting their assignments. I think, I don't know. I mean, you ban out the Bandit as well, but losing that Thermite is massive for them on their push. To just open up some avenues of angles, to just hold the anchors at bay on the rotations, to keep them contained in sight, to make sure they can't aggress onto you. Disrupt just seem to be all over the place, and they don't seem to be able to find a grasp on any kind of momentum, success, anything. Like, they just seem so lost. Now out on the balcony again, Chap actually gonna go down 30 seconds deep. Yellow looks like he wants to go for the run, and I think it was through the drone hole. Yeah, through the drone hole, I guess, tripping, laying prone, trying to take down Chap. We get reset, and Yellow going to go for the jump and takes down Yaga, the only man on DG with a kill. Exo is pushed all the way up the garage balcony. Takes out the mute jammer on the wall, so at least being able to open up and finally finish off Chaps. That's the smoke off the board less than a minute deep. Waiting for a rotate here from Talon. The impact into the middle of the cache wall, or CCTV wall, towards the garage balcony as well. Opening up more lines of sight for Exo. Also anyone with an ACOG to peek back. No one on the board, although on the defense with an ACOG and Yellow holding the Capital with Diffuser at bay on the master balcony. Spray is coming into construction. DG in a good spot here, taking down the smoke, and now launching their smoke canisters of their own in. And this is what Exo wanted to execute the first time, being shut down by that half-wall mirror. It's a little bit of team damage, but able to see the Banana Man. Dot Dash able to take down Billboard, and Cookies will fall as well. Now the 4v2 advantage, but Talon coming in for the flank behind up the garage balcony. Lights up and downs the Blackbeard, but Yellow has also been down. It's all up to Talon now in a technical 1v2. Capital Dot Dash peeking, unable to secure the kill as well. So now Talon alone. Firebolts not being shot out, as it looked like it almost went into the soft wall and burned himself. Thought better of it and held off, finishing off Yellow's Dot Dash at the window and looking through the peek hole to garage balcony. Talon will fall and finally Disrupt execute their plan of pushing in through the garage balcony, almost completely dispelled by the flank of Talon. So 2-1 lead, top floor defenses seemingly being the primaries for Motiv8. We'll see if they head. And they've already selected. They're going to be going back to CCTV cache room as of right now. I wonder if maybe they'll swap it up a little bit. I think really what it came down to the first time that DG pushed onto that site was that whoever was the Capitao playing on that warehouse spawn facing wall, I don't really have a name for it, whoever was holding that Hibana hold just forgot their assignment and allowed Billboard to flank. The flank isn't there this time. The smokes are able to come down. The ADSs do not catch them. So just a better execution from DG, some better luck on the ADS placement as well. And
Defenders, protect your bombs.
everything's looking a lot better on that execute. I think Motiv8 need to invest a little bit more into holding that garage balcony. Just because it's been a little too easy for DG to start pushing in, claiming control of that. And I know Talon came in for that flank, which was crucial. Now they dropped the castle, which seems to be affording them a little bit of safety as well throughout the rounds. Same lineup coming out. Yaga bringing the sledge, just in case. And yeah, like I said, going into that round, Yaga the only man on the board for Disrupt with a frag. Finally, the rest of his team is showing up to help.
Seconds left.
Exo on that glass doing a bit of work, and Dot Dash on the Capita, I believe, got 3 in the last round. 1, 2, 3. Dot Dash got 1.
Attackers have recovered their diffuser.
He might have got 4. Oh, sorry, Yaga got 1. No, sorry. I'm bad at counting, but we're going to continue on. Talon throwing out a very typical Valkyrie cam outside to get an angle onto anyone on that half wall, or half roof wall, whatever the hell you want to call it. Still don't have a name for it. Coming back to site. And again, I'm a little surprised even with having those Valkyrie cams, if they held garage or maybe just lounge a little bit harder. You have Cookie's hard holding currently just on the lounge stairs. If you could hold lounge a little bit longer, you'd be able to come in and C4 as soon as that vault comes out from Exo into the smoke and take down that glass, just leaving the smokes up and causing a lot of disruption for DG to try and push through. So missing a reinforcement on the walls, he gets sledged open. Talon will fall, so that's a nitro sell off the board, very important. And that's through the drone hole once again. So Trippin having a lot of success, and Motiv8 seemingly just forgetting, and the unfortunate timing of Dot Dash as he looks away at exactly the wrong second. Billboard granted the ability to peek the window once again onto the balcony, and Cookie's able to take down Exo. That's the glass, and this is Yellow. So Cookies took him down from down below. I guess he finished off the down, but Yellow holding the garage balcony this time, much harder. I don't think Sweater sees the feet through the cracks. Unfortunate, as it's still a 4v3 in favor of Motiv8. Midway through the round, and now DG once again, as Motiv8 have held that garage balcony a little bit harder again. Trippin looking away at the exact wrong moment. Cookies will peek him. Lots of pre-fires coming in. SMG-11 in the hands of Yaga firing back. Unable to land any bullets as Cookie evacuates to safety in stock. Again, shots going back and forth. Neither going to land. The double push coming out from DG. Now Cookie's still able to win that. Trippin able to trade it out. But now you've still got one above firing through the holes in the floor. Sweater lost another shield, pulling out the Deagle to try and take down Yellow, who hasn't taken a single point of damage. The ADS catching the stun grenades. And Yellow alone doing a lot of work holding out. Trying to fire with that TMR. Yellow takes another one. Sweater will fall. Trying to spray for the fourth. Bring out the pistol, unable to land the shots onto Trippin, with the peek coming from Chap, and it'll be the Legion Mine of Yellow to finally secure that hold on the garage. It's going to finish him off as he tries to pull it out. I don't know how that became actually Yellow's kill. It looked like Chap shot him on the side as he pulled it out. But Motiv8, able to hold the garage balcony, take down the Galaz with rather ease, as well as the Blackbeard taking down both of his shields, just looking in through the slits in the balcony. Motiv8, stronghold, able to hold CC, and they're going to go back Gym Bedroom, as I'm not at all surprised. They won that round very convincingly, in the bans, once again, the op bans coming out very heavily in Motiv8's favor thus far. Whatever's been going on with this Hibana take, we've only seen, and it wasn't even the Hibana that did much. It was all about the smoke coming in and absolutely ravaging site the one time that DG has won a round. So we're seeing a similar scoreline coming out in this game as we did last. Exo going to 6-pick to the Lion. And we are just having some technical difficulties with our streaming program for casters. So bear with me as I try to solo this as we figure this out on the back end, but nonetheless, Motiv8 looking very strong once again, and DG looking like shadows of themselves, unable to kind of garner any momentum, any success, just unable to pick apart Motiv8 like we've seen them pick apart so many teams before. Chap's still playing that mute now instead of the smoke, and I pray to God that he has learned his lesson and is not going to freely rotate behind that or in front of that drone hole for Trippin to shoot him through once again. It's Trippin. Like I said, having a lot of success with that drone hole, which seems... I don't know what's going on here with Cookies. I guess he can't get through the rotate, having some issues. Trying to crouch walk through. Maybe it's a server side thing. Castle Barricade gonna come out, and that would typically be set up, I guess, to cover a bandit trick, as you can't nade the top of Jacuzzi wall anymore. Push coming garage once again. Uh-oh, this is the Legion of Yellow gonna get pinged out as he almost walks in front of the window, and Chap as well, looking like he wants to peek. Double hold in CCTV. That's the Castle of Talon trying to put up a barricade, and Yaga through the wall will take down Yellow as well. Default cam up and everything. Exo gonna get down by Cookies at the balcony, but he's got support with Dash. Looks like Cookies wants to go for the run. Dash expecting this. They need to pick up Exo here. Keep this strong man advantage. The stun grenade going in to Flash. Trying to have the sound cover. And Cookie's not gonna go for the jump as he could have had to and leveled up man, but now the line gonna get picked up. Yo, D gonna come out to hold all the defenders in place. This is in the 5v3. Dash holding the gym window as Cookie's laying in the weight rack. Trying to spray through the windows. No shots landing, but that hold from the far side is exactly what is going to be the issue for Motiv8. Sweater takes down Cookies. Chap able to lay down behind the bomb and take down Exo. Billboard also dropping Sweater as the Blackbeard and the Lion off the board. Trippin now playing the defender's mirror, looking straight at Chap and misses all the shots. Chap able to take down Trippin. Dash will trade it. It's down to a 1v2. Billboard 100 HP against 275 HP attackers trying to coalesce on the bathroom, and Yaga will save the round for DG. As it was a bit of a cluster there for Trippin, unfortunately missing every bullet on Chap. But DG able to claim the round and survive the half to stop the bleeding. A 3-2 scoreline in favor of Motiv8 as they head to the attack. Chap, why? So, ladies and gentlemen, like I talked about, we're having a lot of issues with our streaming service to get to the casters. So, unfortunately, Crazy Man has had to depart, and I have brought in CZ to come cast with me this evening. Try and finish this out, and hopefully continue on to game number 2, unless we can get Crazy Man back in the building. But CZ, welcome to the broadcast. Mid-game, how you doing? Have you been watching, or are you just coming in dry?
I have been watching. I saw that last map, 6-1 on border. Motiv8 coming out really strong. But 3-2 here, Disrupt. Yaga's looking really good. Capital, maybe Clubs isn't as much their map. Let's see. So what have you noticed, like, the big thing so far that Disrupt hasn't been able to capitalize on?
DG haven't been able to capitalize on much. That was actually their most convincing round, and it came down to a 1v2 once again. Now heading to the defense, they're also going to be emulating a little bit of what Motiv8 brought, but also what I anticipated off the top, which was that the CCTV cash room defense would be primary. I think really for Disrupt, it's about trying to at least push as a team. Everyone seems very disjointed on their attacks, and hopefully on their defenses, it's a little more rounded out as they opt to ban the Thermite, and without that Thermite really, I guess, controlling that push, they didn't really seem to have much of a plan. We thought they would with that ban. It looked to be a target ban. That's something they practiced, especially with Thermite being such a common pick on Clubhouse, and yet they just look disjointed and shadows of themselves.
Well, they're going the SK route. Ban the Thermite, Prosper. I'm curious to see the Maestro over the Castle pick here. Castle's more normally picked off, so you can hold that downstairs pretty easily. So we'll see how Maestro does on this site, the Cash GC. Now Sweater playing over in this pool table. I do like that because a lot of teams will try and get that downstairs control, push up garage. So let's see if Sweater's able to make some plays.
Dash taking down Yellow immediately from upstairs, and Chap going to trade out Trippin. So it's down to a 4v4. Chap playing the Buck now, an operator he used to play prevalently until he got put onto that breach roll about a year ago-ish. Like I said off top, he can play a lot of flex rolls. Cookie's going to fall as well, so that's your Sledge and your Capital off the board. It's 2 of your smokes. You still should have 2 on Bill as that Montaigne as well. The shield push coming, a little bit of a C9. And we saw earlier this season in Pro League, coming up that garage ramp and onto the balcony. Bill, we're going to move back down. Talon with the breach, still up top on the roof, trying to drone out and assess the positions of all the defenders. Billboard with a drone in front, trying to make sure there's no one down below. And there should be Yaga, who was operating over by the bar, coming in for a flank pretty soon. Motiv8, midway through the rounds, they've lost 2 of their smokes. They've lost their ability to contain the anchors with those fire bolts. Yaga's gone all the way back to construction now instead of playing, or relatively close to site. Sweater's all the way over in master, but he's 2 steps away from site. So very easy retake here for Disrupt. If Motiv8 should even garner control of the site, but they're floundering. They're looking back and forth, unsure of where the push should come from. I think Billboard is actually going to like to push up the cache stairs. He doesn't have a gun behind him or a drone pushing with him. Now peeking through. Oh, Chap just seeing the chest of the Maestro of Exo twice, but unable to actually take the shots. But Chap through the wall will drop dot dash. Wonderful penetration kill. And now seeing the Maestro Chap going to drop Exo. Now it's a 3v2 advantage. Sweater, as I say that, will trade out Chap on that garage balcony. Now the double push coming from the cache stairs hallway town. Bearing 9. Drops Sweater, the shield. Going to be covering from Billboard as Yaga's down to about 10 HP as well, trying to play a soft wall mirror. Wide peek coming out, and he's able to deke Billboard, but Talon stands up, gets off the plant, the bearing 9 for the double kill at the end. DG drop another round. They're in serious risk here of losing this game.
These rounds are all just so close. Motiv8 really looked a little confused there once they lost those 2 players, but they got a grip, sent that Monty up the main stairs, and had the player sitting at the garage window. Were able to make it work. Yaga really trying to get that diffuser denied so he could just one-on-one with the Monty, but luckily the diffuser got down. And was it Talon who got the kill off the diffuser plant? Yeah, it was.
Yes.
So well done for Motiv8.
The Habana.
So bring out the Maestro and the castle this time. I do like that. They're going back to the CCTV cache room. The castle really just helps sort of slow down the attackers, and especially there. Motiv8 was moving really slow, but they saw free movement up the main stairs. But the castle's actually going to switch off to the mute, so I'm going to hold my breath. And we're going to see the Jackal of Chat move to Zofia. Zofia, a really good fragger, has those 4 concussion nades and the 2 impact nades. Definitely a force to be reckoned with.
Stark contrast in what I imagined we'd see between these 2 teams. We saw DJ really trying to employ that smoke push from the garage rafters onto the stairwell balcony and try and push in through garage window. And that time it looked like Motiv8 were attempting that with the Montaigne and then pivoted mid-round. And it was really Chap on that balcony, picking up the double kill onto someone in Exo. So the Maestro falling in that right up against the reinforcement. It was all up to Chap coming up and applying that pressure to allow Billboard and Talon to push up the cache stairs as a distraction. And not bringing the shield, again, our Motiv8, but CCTV cache once again the site. And like you said, 6 pick off of the castle. I think that might have been the initial inclination for Chap to swap to the Zofia as well to bring the extra soft destruction at range. Even though they are bringing yellow on the sledge.
So we're going to see Yaga taking the early fight against, I think this is Zofia on Chapstick. He takes out a drone. Chapstick going to opt to rappel up here, hold the angles. It seems like it's a more westward attack than it was last time here. So a different strat coming out from Motiv8.
Hope he's getting super aggressive hopping in the gym window immediately. Sweater going to try and fire back with the 81 bullets on the LMG on the hip fire. Quick peek in the corner repeatedly. Going to go back for the reload. Only lost 30 bullets there. Still at 51. Sprays coming up from Talon. Way out on the rooftops. Just try and slow down Sweater from peeking. The 2 attackers pushing from gym side from Motiv8. Chap also laying down behind this friendly AC unit that was saving Exo earlier in this game, as he was down and able to be revived behind that AC machine. And Yellow's going to take down Sweater as he tries to peek out from that construction site door. Yellow drops him from Master. Now this double push from Yellow and Cookies. Getting a lot of map control very early. 80 seconds in, they've got most of everything they need except for sight. Yaga, though, coming on a flank. The Jaeger coming up the main stairs. Claymore at the top, and the Zofia of Chapstick waiting the pre-fires, but it's Yaga coming out on top of a wonderful shot to take down Chapstick. He's not going to go for the second peek. The Twitch coming in main door. Cookie's going to trade it back out on the refrag. Now it's down to the 3 site players of Exo, Trippin, and Dot Dash, the IQ below of Billboard, clearing out any mute jammers on the wall, any Lesion traps below. He sees a myriad of electronics placed inside of the B site in CCTV. Trippin holding a hard angle, waiting for someone to push. It's the same angle that Sweater died on previously, and Exo has started to rotate down the garage stairs as well, try and go for a flank towards Billboard, but Cookies is holding. This is wonderful coordination and expectation from Motiv8. One thing working against them right now is the clock. Exo going to get droned out through a Lesion Mine at his escape. Buy him some time, but Yellow going to drop Trippin as he was also peeking the same angle on that construction doorway, as the wall was also blown open to garner access towards the site. Motiv8. 4-2 advantage in the round to put them to match point, series point against the behemoth we've seen. Exo reclaim sight from the garage balcony and going to go for the run out. Hip firing, but Billboard able to win the engagement. Dot Dash on the mirror, the last alive. 20 seconds to hold out for as the push coming from both sides. Dot Dash has gone to the B window as the push coming from Destruction lights up Billboard. Finishes him off. 15 seconds. Talon has Diffuser pushing into A, and it'll be Talon with Diffuser coming window, dropping Dot Dash and extending Motiv8 one round away from dropping seemingly the juggernaut of Disrupt Academy.
I loved how they had the IQ playing downstairs below in stock, and the Twitch was just holding the flank out in lounge. That was excellent coordination. Something I liked from DG's defense, though, was Dot was putting up a late mirror. He was waiting to see where they were pushing from, so he put that mirror on top of main stairs, facing westward, instead of towards the main stairs or somewhere else. They were pushing garage area, so I did like that for DG.
Well, do or die time. Our first Church Arsenal defense of the entire evening on round number 8 of new Clubhouse. Heading downstairs, bringing Pulse and a Valkyrie with a Mercy, a triple Nitro Cell with some smokes. Exo 6ing off the Vigil, and 6ing 2. The Jackal will be Billboard from the Twitch. The Ella coming out. Okay, so still have the triple Nitro. You have a lot of info. And you have a little bit of trap setup as well, as Clubhouse does play very well to the hands of the trap operators.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
Going back down, I'm interested to see if Yaga will be playing with those cans, maybe pre-place a C4 somewhere. Dot Dash likely playing that smoke inside of Dirt Tunnel to wear off any pushing Blackbeards, but Blackbeard not being picked, even though it's a Thatcher and Thermite ban. As you mentioned, a lot of intel gathering. We have the Mira, Pulse, and Valkyrie. So, see if DG can, as you said, do or die, bring it out, keep themselves in the game.
10 seconds left before insertion.
Backs against the wall, and might as well reference the community vote one more time. At a 330 votes, 76% predicting DG. That's not a slight at any one of you who may have selected DG as the favorite to win this, as again, holding that 7-1 record, one round away, less than 3 minutes possibly from dropping to 7-2. And with Sinister Academy also playing tonight against Armada, that lead could be extended even deeper for Sinister, as they still have yet to drop a game.
Yellow immediately going to drop into that logistics office, being droned ahead. Now, did they have any roamers? I didn't really see. No, it doesn't look like there's much of a roam game set up. They might be going for the late flank. I know we've seen Yaga do that quite a bit this map.
Best we have as a roamer is Exo playing the main stairs about halfway down towards site. That's it's a very contained site play from an aggressive team of DG. Obviously, Billboard bringing the Jackal. They won't know that, as it was a 6 pick. But an expectation on Clubhouse, nonetheless, that a Jackal should be brought. Makes roaming still very difficult, even with the ability to fully rotate upstairs in complete safety. Peeking, though, is the Ella of Exo, down to 1 HP. Escapes to safety, downs Yellow. They'll both go back to 50 HP. It looks like Exo barely has anything left. Hit by a C4 to go for the reset. Evacuating to the top of the stairs is Yellow as he slowly crawls his way up. They both get set to 50. It's an even trade on HP, but midway through the round, Motiv8 has some progress to gain. Sweater looking to go for this Nitro. He's waiting for someone to come into kitchen. The kitchen hatch has yet to be destroyed. As I say that, it's being breached open by the Hibana charges, and Sweater day late and $1 short on launching that Nitro, unless he can get it through the window and outside. He's going to go for it, but the Jackal runs away. Yellow going to claim the first victim as he wins the second engagement with Exo as he tried to peek the main stairs once again. The aggression from inward of sight from DG not working out. Yaga with an MPX trying to fire through a wall, playing the mirror. That's not going to do a whole lot of damage unless he's hitting the head. Now they're at the man disadvantage. They didn't lose any nitros, so they have 3 at their disposal. Smoke grenades on Billboard as well to counter out any kind of intel, unless Sweater's going to be pulsing through a wall. But he's moved back towards K9. Now Talon's going to be going through a crawl hole. He opens up 2 hatches and pushing Dirt solo. 30 seconds on the board. Trippin losing about half of his health as well as frag grenades come in from Cookies. Landing just shy of cleaning up that frag. First Toxic Babe coming out towards the Dirt tunnel. They seem to be wary of the fact that Talon is pushing down Dirt. Billboard's got the diffuser. Chap able to take down Dot Dash. The push is coming in from the back of Blue. Chap Graves another victim as Sweater falls. 2 for DG as Sweater and Trippin both get kills. And now Spray's coming out. Billboard gets the plant down inside of Arsenal. The fight coming Blue, predicted by Chap. It's a 1v3. Yaga all alone. And this looks like it's going to be Motiv8 claiming their 3rd victory and sending DG home with a 2nd loss. He's got a battle against his own teammates. Mirror, I don't know, what are you looking at, Billboard? But nonetheless, still battling in Church. A 1v2, this is doable as Chap is severely damaged. Full HP on Yaga, but he's got the MPX and no nitro cell sprays from Chap over the boxes. Dodging back and forth, but Talon's got the cross, and it's all over. Motiv8 send DG home. And with the new addition, well, I guess re-addition of Chapstick, Motiv8 seem to have new life breathed into their lungs. And they win the best of 3, a clean 2-0, 6-1 on Border, 6-2 on New Clubhouse. That's going to send us to a break, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for standing with us for the tech issues there and the swap of the casters. But we're going to head to a short break there as Motiv8